What's up, everybody? All right, so back in California, yesterday was a travel day. So as you guys know, yesterday started the morning with a couple of good trades, made around 4,000 bucks, and then had to pack up and get ready to make my way back to the California office. So I come out here as often as I can. Last time I was here was October, November, something like that. So back here in January, and yesterday, I drive down to the airport. It's like kind of snowing when I leave. It's really gray. I fly out of Connecticut, so drive about an hour down to Connecticut, get to the airport. I'm there early, so try to get some work done. Yesterday, got my midday market recap uploaded from the airport, and I actually got a lot of work done on the airplane, which is awesome. I love being able to be productive while I'm traveling. But I couldn't help but spend some of the time thinking about how I missed that great opportunity yesterday. So, it was that same kind of thing I was talking about, that frustration of wanting to, not be too aggressive because I didn't want to spend the whole plane ride thinking about how I just lost, $4,000. But then, even though I made $4,000, I spent the plane ride asking myself why I wasn't more aggressive and why I missed that one opportunity. So, that's the thing. You sometimes just can never win. And I think we are all our own worst enemies sometimes when it comes to critiquing ourselves and wanting to always do better. But you know what? By putting that carrot out just a little further every single time, it keeps me, hungry and motivated to try to be a better trader. So about halfway into the flight yesterday, 30,000 feet or whatever, I looked down and I sort of realized we're really high up. And for some reason, that was the moment that I decided to be a little afraid of heights. And I thought to myself, yeah, you're high up, you're in an airplane, but that's okay. And also, this is the worst time to be thinking about a fear of heights. This is absurd. You're in an airplane. You need to stop thinking about that. And so I spent the next hour or so trying to not think about being really high up and being afraid of heights. It wasn't the best flight that I've ever had. I'm not the best flyer, and yesterday was not my most impressive display. But fortunately, I made it. I'm here in California. I traded this morning, had a great day. I'm ready to get settled in and hopefully have a really good week ahead of us. Up early this morning, 5:30 a.m., and I got settled into the office. And one of the things that I was very mindful of before I started trading was that I was feeling a little tired. I was feeling a little frustrated. I was feeling tired because I only slept a few hours. I was feeling frustrated because when I set up my traveling trading station, nothing worked. My screen share wasn't working. My YouTube feed wasn't working. Facebook wasn't working. Nothing was working right. And it wasn't until 9:25 that I finally got things sort of up and running, and it was only sort of. So I really didn't feel super prepared for the bell to ring, and I ended up taking a trade right out of the gates, being a little too aggressive on it, and I got myself into the red. And fortunately, I was able to get out of the red into the green, finish the day up 1,100 bucks, and with that, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to push my luck today. I'm going to be happy with green. I'm going to take the temperature of the market, recognize that it's a little choppy, recognize that I'm a little tired, come back tomorrow, hopefully feeling refreshed, and hopefully we'll see some better opportunities. Typically we see the best opportunities early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the reason is because a lot of companies, they want to put out their PRs, their press releases, early in the week because it gives investors and traders time to see it and buy up the stock. So putting out news on Thursday or Friday, oftentimes the news that comes out at the end of the week is kind of bad news. So it's sort of hoping that investors over the long weekend or over the weekend, whatever, sort of like, I guess maybe it's not that bad. And by Monday, it's kind of, been brushed over. So that's one of the reasons we see really good opportunities early in the week. And, Thursday, Friday, it's hit or miss. Sometimes there's great setups and other times it's just slow. So anyways, that's, kind of where I'm at right now. And, just excited to be back in California. Even though it's not hot up here in Northern California, it's definitely warmer than New England. So I'm going to enjoy some relatively warmer weather. And anyways, let's get into breaking down today's midday market recap. And I'll go over all the trades that I took this morning. All right, everybody. So we're going to break down our midday market recap here. Back in California and getting settled in. You guys can see I'm in my little office here, and you guys in the chat room can see the video in the bottom corner. Facebook, you guys can see in the bottom corner too. This is sort of a mismatch. I don't know the right way to say that, but it's a mismatch of computers all in front of me. I put together my traveling trading station, but then when I sat down here, I realized that I actually had I'd left a trading station here that's pretty much all set up. So I'll give you guys a quick little, let's see if I can get this enough slack on this guy. There we go. So I've got my main trading computer right here, my broker, and my level 2s, chat room over on the side. I've got my one USB monitor here, which is leaning up against a real monitor. But the thing is, the real monitor, it's not synced up with my computer. I would have had to install the drivers and stuff like that. So this is just leaning up against a real monitor, USB. This USB monitor is also leaning up against a real monitor, which is very silly. Then here's my other computer. And then this is the computer over here running Facebook and actually running the screen share. And then back behind this monitor is my little mini monitor, which is leaning on its side because I didn't have time to put it up right. But this is, it doesn't really matter. You got, everything you need. Doesn't have to be totally perfect. That's enough to make $1,136.09 in the first 10 minutes of the day. So green is good, and I'm happy with that. So I'm working here in my office in California for 3 days, and then I'm going to be in hotels, kind of driving around and exploring. So if I was going to be here in this office for 2 weeks, I'd just go ahead and set up the HDMIs and really get it up and running the way I like it. But for right now, I'm just keeping it like this. So this computer is actually on top of another computer. So I've got 4 laptops all right here. This little mini keypad is not working. I have one at home, but I press these buttons to stream on YouTube, Facebook, chat room, and stuff like that. So you guys should see me going through TSA, because it's like laptop number 1, laptop number 2, laptop number 3, USB monitor number 1, USB monitor number 2, power cord 1, 2, and 3. That little teeny HDMI monitor back there. It's exhausting is what it is. But anyways, so got settled in here. Flew last night, and this morning, I once again, I asked myself kind of early in the day, what's my, mental state? And my mental state was, I'm tired. I'm a little bit crabby because, I tried to plug everything in and monitors weren't working. Screen share wasn't working. I wasn't able to do my YouTube watch list this morning because YouTube wasn't streaming. So it was just, nothing was working. And next thing I knew, it was 9:25 and we're 5 minutes away from the bell. So I just kind of quickly broke down the watch list, looking at the gap scanners, which is the same as what I do any other day. I just look at the gap scanner, and the 2 leading gappers were sort of the ones I honed in on. That was AMRH. This one I jumped into, and I'll move my broker screen over here for you guys to see. Actually, why is it being stubborn? It's not letting me drag it. There we go. Come on. Well, whatever. I guess we're only getting it to here. So, first trade was on AMRH, And this was annoying because I'm going to have to drag this from the other monitor. For some reason, I'm not able to do that the normal way. So anyways, I'll just drag it here. So, oh, come on. This is crazy. It's not letting me put it over there. All right, hold on. Let me just scroll this up to the top and I'll just hold it there so you guys can see. All right, so my first order on AMRH was to buy 3,000 shares at 10.02. Now that would have been an awesome entry. I then tried to buy at 11 because I didn't get filled at 10. Didn't get filled and ended up buying it at 12.90. So I bought it at 12.90. This was after the first halt. And you know what happened? It dropped about $3 per share. It dropped from 12.90 all the way down in the bottom of this candle to 10.36. I was down over $4,000. And I say, you know what? I'm just going to wait for the first candle to make a new high. First candle made a new high right here. I sold on the ask at 13.29, 13.49, and sold the rest on the bid at 12.50. Ended up turning a $4,500 loss into a $453 winner. So I'm glad I didn't panic, but I am a little disappointed in myself that I kind of gave into FOMO and bought it as high as I did. Now, the reason I bought it there is because I usually buy the first candle to break over the high of the halt. So we got halted at whatever, $13. It opened lower, and as it squeezed up, I'm usually a buyer at 13. Target is to sell potentially after the second circuit breaker halt. It squeezed up to a high of 13.50, but it just wasn't as clean as I thought it would be. So the setup made sense. It just dropped a lot more than I expected. It had that big pullback. So a little disappointing there. Yeah, but, ended up getting myself into the green on it. And the second trade of the day was TNDM, which I took off the high day momentum scanners, long at $3.80, anticipating a test of $4. Look, we tapped $3.98 and then dropped all the way back down to $3.50. So only $682 on that. And so that puts me up $1,136 on the day. As you guys can see down here. And green is good. This obviously hurts my daily average, which had been, let's see. My daily average before today was $4,900 a day. But today being day 7, it goes all the way down to $4,300 a day, which, if you ask me, is simply pathetic. $5,000 a day, that's the goal. No, I'm just kidding. $1,000 a day is good. $1,600 a day was my average for all of 2017. So if I can average $2,000 a day, $2,200 a day, I'm going to be very happy with that. Because look, $2,000 a day times 250 trading days, I'm looking at $500,000 of profit. And that would be an improvement over 2017. That's what I want to do. Compare myself to myself. Be a better trader than I was last year. And I would say so far this year, I'm pretty happy with the way I'm trading. My average winners are 18 cents per share. My average losers, no, it's not that pretty. My average losers are actually 34 cents per share. And that's because on the first day, I had 2 really big losses. So if I exclude the first day, I have a 1-to-1 ratio. But, and I had a day last week where I was up $9,000 on the day, lost $9,000, and then had to, work my way back up to $9,000. And so I made $18,000 of profit that day, and I lost $9,000 in losses. Finished with a net profit of $9,000, but it was very choppy. So I guess this year has been a little on the choppy side, but it's easy to look back at it fondly when you're sitting up, over $30,000 on the month, and it's only 7 days into the month, so 7 trading days. So, anyways, My account right now is at $365,000. So we're 36% of the way to the $1 million challenge, $1 million goal. Hopefully, if I have some really good trading, we'll get there by the end of this year. If things slow down a little bit, I'll get there in 2019. But $583 to $1 million, it is possible. At this point, it's not a matter of if I'll make $1 million. It's just a matter of when, because all I have to do is keep trading, keep doing my thing. So it's just a question of how long it'll take. Will it take me 2 years, or will it take me, 2.5 years or 3 years? But, in contrast to a lot of those guys out there that try to kind of market that, you'll make $1 million, in your first year of trading. I don't, believe that that's realistic. But I do believe it's realistic to become very, very successful and potentially make millions of dollars trading the market over the course of a couple of years. So, anyways, that's about it for me today. Only 2 trades to go over. A slow day. Now, there were a couple of opportunities that popped up mid-morning, and I passed on them because I felt that I did not have a good enough profit cushion on the day to be aggressive. So I'll give myself a pat on the back for that, because on another day, where I might have felt a little more FOMO, I would have kept trading. And what I would have done is I would have risked giving back my daily goal of $1,000, because $1,000 is, a really solid day. And I say my daily goal is $1,000 because I consistently exceed that. $1,600 a day average in 2017. I could probably say at this point my daily goal is $1,500 or my daily goal is $2,000, but then I'm going to have days like today where I'm below the daily goal. And what would the smart thing for me to do today have been? Should I have kept trading even though I was up only 1,000 and I had a really close call? Or should I have said, whoa, that was a close call, market's a little choppy today, I'm going to step back and maybe tomorrow will be better? And I think the second is the better choice. When things are a little choppy, I think it's better just to sort of step back, slow down. And so I'm glad that I did that today. Fernando, yeah, you're thinking step back is the right move. So is David. I think that's the right move. I think you put the pedal to the metal when, things are hot, and you seek shelter from the storm when things are choppy. So let's bring it back to the deadliest catch analogy. Those guys on the deadliest catch, one of my favorite reality TV shows, they, during really bad weather, they'll often try to kind of take shelter. They'll either go into port and just park in the harbor, or whatever you'd call it, anchor up in the harbor, or they'll sometimes anchor behind the big sort of islands, so they're protected from the wind. And there are some guys who will try to fish through the really bad weather. And what often you see happens is they have equipment failures, they risk injury of the crew, it's wear and tear, and at the end of the day, they're not as productive because the weather is so, is just so high that they can't, they can't catch a lot of crab. Their hourly rates are just really low. So, in contrast, when they've got really good, weather conditions, you'll see them just pedal to the metal. They'll do like a 40-hour streak. I mean, they'll just keep going and going and going to try to really take advantage of that good weather. And so with trading, when we have hot trading, I try to really take advantage by being more aggressive, putting the pedal to the metal, trading with bigger size, trying to capitalize on the opportunity, because I know there will be bad weather ahead. I don't know if it's a day from now, a week from now, or a month from now, but I know there will be a point where the smart thing to do is to seek shelter from the storm and to not trade. Because if I go out there and try to fight this bad weather, this choppy market, I'm gonna lose money. It's gonna cost me. So right now, at the beginning of the year, is definitely about building the cushion, especially just statistically, January, February, March, and April. Build the cushion because June, July, and August sometimes are a bit slower, and then things pick up again in the fall. So, right now that's kind of the frame of mind that I'm in. But it's, even though month over month we think of the spring and January, February, March, and then into the spring being a strong time of year, I have to take the temperature of the market every single day. And so, today I kind of, had a close call, and I said, I'm maybe not in the best headspace. I'm a little tired. I'm just going to slow it down. Things seem a little choppy out there, and I think that was the right call. You know, this LEDS, BMRA was the other one that popped up. And the thing with BMRA is that it was a good 5-minute setup. Look at this 5-minute flag. I mean, I say it was good because it worked out well. It was only so-so because it actually pulled back a lot. It pulled back all the way down here to $9.55, or at $9.55 all the way down here to $6. It broke below the VWAP, and then it squeezed up. So we missed the squeeze. We saw it after it was resuming from the halt, and you know, it was already up here at like 875. I had an order at 875, thinking about getting in. I hesitated, and you know, it's probably the right move because it only hit 932 before dropping way back down. And if I had had a really great day and I had a big cushion, yeah, maybe I would have been more aggressive and whatever. But you know, green is good. So another green day, and so we'll write that down in the calendar. I brought it with me. It's over in my bag. So write it down. 7th trading day of the year, another green day. So I'm green right now 6 out of 7 days. I was red the first day of the year, which is a little disappointing. But, you know, I've redeemed myself from that $3,000 or $4,000 loss, and I'm up 30 grand on the month. So green is good. All right, so anyways, that's it for me. Tomorrow I'll be back on 9:15 streaming on YouTube for the midday, for the pre-market watch list, and then of course live trading 9:30 to 10:30, 11 midday recap probably around 11 a.m. We'll do it on the earlier side, just because I've got so much stuff going on out here for the next few days. All right, so I hope you guys all had a great day. Any questions, any feedback you guys want to you know, throw in the comments on YouTube, I'll come back and answer those. Those of you in the chat room, you know, questions, I'll answer those as well. LEDS, yeah, the spreads on this one, you know, make it a little tricky. Not, you know, it's just kind of, you sort of notice traders will get really aggressive and then they'll kind of slow down. Kodak yesterday, a really big move. I didn't end up trading it in the afternoon because obviously I wasn't around. It's a 5-cent tick stock. Didn't really give us continuation today, so nothing there. Mike will be, he's flying out to California. He's going to be here later today, so we'll be trading together in the morning tomorrow. All right, so yep, high day scanner scrolled up, and I'll leave you guys to it. So I'll see all you first thing back here tomorrow morning for pre-market analysis around 9:15. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.